Hey, happy days. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. How to batten down the hatches to supersize and grow your business. Batten down the hatches is, of course, a nautical term. It means to get ready for trouble, get ready for an emergency, or to prepare for an emergency. It comes from nautical times, and in the early 1800s, sailors, when they were getting ready for a storm, they would nail canvas and wood, which was called battens, to the hatches or the openings to the cargo hold to protect the cargo during the stormy weather so it wouldn't get damaged by the rain and the wind and everything else. So in this time of turmoil and change, and if you own a business, you know what I'm talking about, there is always some kind of turmoil and change. Business is not a straight line rocket ship to the success finish line. It is an up and down roller coaster ride to what it is that we're trying to achieve and what we're trying to share with the rest of the world. Now, in any time of change, good or bad, I mean, sometimes you can have a ton of customers come to your business and you're just not prepared for that. That is a really good problem to have, but it's a problem nonetheless, and it's a challenge and a change and something that you need to figure out and prepare for. There are weather emergencies. There are all types of emergencies and outages that can impact our businesses. And this coronavirus, as stressful as it is for a lot of us, it's showing us something that we might need to see about our business and the way we've established it, the way we've set it up. Things happen all the time, and this is no different. This is a huge problem for a lot of different type businesses, but whether you weather the storm or not is actually entirely up to you. We can try to blame the virus for our downshift in our business or the changes or the loss of business. But the loss of business, it happens all the time in every different industry, in every type of business, right? Things happen. Natural disasters happen and wipe out businesses all the time. And it'll wipe out one business, but another business will survive and thrive. And that's what's going to happen in this situation as well. So are you going to be one of the businesses that weathers this storm and survives and thrives? Or are you going to be one that ends up folding up and not existing in, by the end of the year even? That is up to us. And is it hard? Is it challenging? Absolutely. Is it emotional? Is it fearful? Is it stressful? Does it cause worry, doubt, and fear? Absolutely. But we can work through all that worry, doubt, and fear. We've already done the hardest part of ever running and ever having a business, and that is deciding to do it. That is the biggest, hardest decision you will ever make. And once you commit to and make that decision, everything else will fall into place. So this is a time, and how do you batten down the hatches? So I have a couple questions that we all should be thinking about right now. Number one, where are we right now with respect to being prepared for the challenge ahead of us and the challenge that some of us are already facing? Where are we in that, on that spectrum? Have we planned? Have we prepared? Do we have contingency plans? Do we have, given anything that could happen in the world, have we at least thought about, and hopefully documented and written down some type of contingency plan? What are we going to do? And if we haven't, guess what? It's painful, but it's a huge wake-up call to say, this is a big piece of my business, and I'm running a business and definitely growing and supersizing a business, that if I haven't done it already, I better do it now. Should I have done it already? Probably. It's part of planning and building a solid foundation for your business. But if you haven't, you don't beat yourself up. You just say, where am I right now? What can I do? Because there's things we can and cannot do. The state of Wisconsin is shutting down all the schools, right? From Wednesday through April 6th. There's nothing that any of us as parents or grandparents or business owners can do about that except to react to and respond to. That is a new given. So what are we doing with all of our kids? What are we doing with all of our children? How is that going to impact whether our employees can come to work for us or not? Or have we set up ways for the people that we work with and interact with to work remotely? Should our business be stopped or shut down if we're in one of those categories or areas that it would and will be? What are we going to do about it? How are we going to handle it if we haven't already got a plan in place? Now, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Why I'm not freaking out and stressed out about this is I've already got a plan in place. I already had a contingency plan. A lot of people online, and now I even have an online what do I do if plan It's not a big written out documented plan, but I always have in my mind, what do I do if this were to happen? A while back, it was really interesting. Everybody that I work with and know online does a lot on Facebook, me included. I'm on Facebook right now. We do a lot on Facebook. What would you do if Facebook shut down, or if your Facebook account got shut down? Now, unfortunately, in the past, I have gotten, like 4 or 5 years ago, my Facebook account shut down, and my advertising, and I don't advertise at all anymore on Facebook, partly because of this, got shut down, and everything I was trying to do just went to a grinding halt. And I learned the lesson that I'm never going to put all my eggs in one basket, and so I have contingency plans. Hey, if Facebook Live and Facebook were to go away tomorrow, this is what I would do. So I always had these plans and contingencies in my offline businesses, but I also have them in my online business. So if you don't get mad, just start putting the pieces together and putting the plans in place. Focus on what you can do, not on what you can't do, because there are things that you can control, even when it feels like you can't control anything. There are things that you can control, starting with yourself and your own reaction to things. So do what you can do. Put plans in place, create and set buffers for yourself, have contingency plans, and focus on what you can do, not on what you can't do. Instead of fighting against what isn't working and what you don't have control over, look for the things that you can, because there are ways that we can help. There are ways that we can change. There are things that we can do in our businesses that can make this situation not only better for ourselves, but better for other people. All we have to do is ask yourself, how can I serve the people that I'm currently serving better, and how can I continue to serve them? How can I serve them through this situation? I had a food business, right, for 35 years. So if I were still in that business, which I've done a couple of years, I would be putting together packages of food that could be delivered to people, because people are going to be stuck. They are going to be they are going to be quarantined at some point in this whole situation, even in the small rural area that I live in, because we are by a big city. Chances are this virus will run its course through the entire nation, right? And how are we going to positively contribute to it? That's my challenge for everybody today, is ask yourself, how can I help? How can I take care of my family and myself and those I love and care about? But also, how can I help and serve the greater good? Because that's what entrepreneurs and business owners do. We're here to make the world a better place and to serve the world. So ask yourself, where am I at? Am I prepared? If I'm not, don't get mad at everybody else. Say, all right, I should have done this, but I didn't, so now I'm going to prepare. And guess what? That will benefit your business for decades and centuries to come, because you will have learned how to weather storms, how to have contingency plans in place, how to make sure that you're not dependent on one thing or another for your livelihood and your business. Anyway, that's it. That's my rant and rave for today on battening down the hatches. So batten down the hatches, take care of yourself. If I can help you in any way, ask in the comments below, because I've had a lot of experience weathering storms and having to batten down hatches. All right, catch you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how can you use it to make your life and your business